Welcome to the What's Up Verdict podcast. We fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-host, Alec Burgess.
Let's get it.
We appreciate you tuning in. Go ahead, hit that follow, subscribe, like, bell notification buttons. Tell a friend about us. Tell a family member about us. Once again, don't tell anyone related to this shit about us. I'm out,
Not because it's bad.
No.
We don't want spooky shit.
Nah, spooky. No, that's it goes that there's a TikTok account that's like Hispanics against spooky shit. I'm out. This is fat white dude against spooky shit. I don't tell people that are ghosts, please. Or ones that can see them. I'm good. I've seen enough in my day. So with that, we're here in the second week of March. And before we get into the movie, go check out our sponsor partner, Dubby. You can go to dubby.gg. If you put together your order for one of their energy drinks, one of their shakers, hats, shirts, all sorts of fun stuff that they got there, you can get 10% off your order using the code RVerdict, all one word. It's good stuff, guys. I have it. Again, I meant to bring it with me. Next episode, I swear to God. I'll have my tubs, but I got 2 tubs that I've got. Alex got one on the way. So I can attest that it tastes good, gives good energy. It's much cheaper than your traditional energy drinks. And it works really good. It dissolves well. I'm not a big fan usually of like the powders in water because I'm like, inevitably I suck up in my straw a giant fucking chunk of goddamn powder, and I'm like, never done it with this. It's not a lot that you put in. It's the little tiny scooper. But I've never had like the mouthful of powder, so that's another green check for these guys. So and they're just an interesting company. Some of the names of their drinks are really funny. So go check them out. Dubby.gg. That's dubby.gg. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it on our screen. If you're listening, like I said, dubby.gg. Go or put in your order, put in our verdict in the discount code, and you get 10% off. So, and we get commission for your purchases. So we thank you. It helps keep the podcast running. This shit ain't cheap. So much appreciated if you go do that. Now, week 2 of March, thriller March. The Sixth Sense is what we're talking about today. It was released August 6th, 1999. It was written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and it's
very well done, JJ.
I made it through. I was afraid I was going to say like Shyamalan Ding Dong or the other one that I won't say here because it's slightly offensive. But yeah, I fucked his name up purposefully and on accident many times. But M. Night Shyamalan did write and direct. It stars Bruce Willis, Haley Joel Osment, Toni Collette, Olivia Williams, Trevor Morgan, Donnie Wahlberg, Jeffrey Zabernis, and Peter Anthony Tambakis. It is about, don't forget Misha Barton. It's about after being shot by a resentful former patient whom he failed to help, a Philadelphia child psychologist seeks redemption by treating a young boy with a disturbing secret. This is a pretty good synopsis.
That does a really good job, actually.
Yeah. So I am fucking dying to hear why this made the list, because this was not something I ever expected for Alec to put on the voting list.
Victory means more. Only reason.
Touche. Two motherfucking shay. Yep.
Yeah. That was the only reason. Was I knew if I put this one on there, I'd win. And in my mind, when I'm picking movies now, I knew if I picked this one, I would at least guaranteed a tie in March.
Yeah.
That's all I was after. And then I took a gamble on my third pick, which we're doing next week. But this is one, and there's only really about 5 minutes that I am, just terrified.
Yeah.
And it's the scene where he's at the party, he gets locked in the dungeon. That just messed up. Yep. But that gets me. And then when we see what his life is like the very first time, where he can't really get out of bed without running into some spirit or the other, and the thermostat goes to cold, and I'm just like, motherfucker. And the problem that I love about this movie and I hate at the same time is Haley Joel Osment. No 9-year-old kid should be that good. phenomenal. And I hate it because he makes it more real.
Yeah.
You can see the terror in his eyes. You can see the fear. You can see the joy, the happiness. It's no 9-year-old should be able to do that. He is the best actor in this movie. And
that's saying something.
That is saying something.
Yeah.
When you are sharing the screen with Bruce Willis, that you shouldn't be able to take over the scene, especially not when you're 9.
Yeah.
And dude just pulls it out so phenomenal, but the fact that it's so real, and like even right, like M. Night's one of those directors where when he gets it wrong, it is really fucking bad. But when he gets it right, it is gold.
Yeah.
And so everything like ties back in this movie, and even little things that are played off as a joke or this or that come back to like have a reason for being there. And so like the one that popped into my mind, right? Because this is spoiler alert, I've only seen this twice, and once was yesterday.
Fair.
But fair. Like early on in the movie, Haley Joel Osment just swipes statue right from a church. It's played a little bit as a joke, but also to kind of be like, hey, this kid's got problems. Only to realize that, no, this kid is living a literal nightmare day after day. And he's swiping these religious statues because he's doing the Benny from the Mummy, right? Where he's just covering all of his bases so that he can hide in his tent and hope that these vengeful, in many cases, spirits are just going to leave him alone.
Yeah.
And it is just... it's so well done. But there's about 5 minutes in this movie where I am just looking through my fingers is how I'm watching it, because I'm like, I know the jump scare's coming. But it's so that part, yes, but the rest of it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
That it's hard not to like.
That's fair. Listen, I love this movie. It's always been one of my favorites. M. Night Shyamalan is like such a conundrum for me because he did so good early on. And, this movie launched his career like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And then he followed it up with arguably a better movie that did not get the same amount of love until later when he brought back the universe of Unbreakable. But Unbreakable, to me, I think the Unbreakable twist may be better. It's at the very same level as this one. But I will say that I remember going to the theater as an 18-year-old kid for this movie, and I had just graduated high school, and I was like, what the fuck? When you get to the end, and I think we can both attest, I'm pretty good at figuring out twists. I may not always figure them out perfectly, but I'm pretty good. This one fucking blindsided the shit out of me. I was not prepared. And I'm with you. I think I have always wondered, why did I not catch it? Because if you go back and rewatch it, it's so easy to see. Like when you watch it, that's only one of the only problems that I have with this film, and any film that has this level of like twist to it, right? Is once you go back and rewatch it, because there's a certain level of degradation that happens with the enjoyment of the film, because you'll never have that experience again, which is unfortunate. However, this movie, because it's so simple to see the second time around, I've often asked myself, why did I miss it so bad the first time? And what you just talked about with Haley Joel Osment and Bruce Willis, and even Toni Collette, who is also a phenomenal actress in her own right and very good in this movie as his mother, is they distract you from what's actually happening. Because and I can say that, and I believe this wholeheartedly, because of the amount of film. And again, I watched this 2 days ago for like the millionth time, and watching Bruce Willis have conversations with living people. Spoiler alert, he's fucking dead. But
1999, if you haven't seen this movie,
go fuck off, or go watch it and then fuck off. But or fuck off and go watch it, whichever choice you want to make. But the fact that he's dead, right? He's a ghost, and he's the only ghost we see outside of Haley Joel Osment. But the conversations that he's having with people that are living, specifically his wife, who he has quite a few with, that the way that they time it perfectly is the first time you watch it, you're like, oh, they're just having a conversation. They're in a rough patch of their marriage. The dude got shot. He hasn't been the same since. No shit. Shit's fucking weird, right? So it's believable. And then there was the one early on when you first meet Haley Joel Osment, and he's like with the patient or something. And then like he's sitting with somebody across from him, and the dude just gets up. But it feels natural, like it's over because the timing's perfect. It's fucking immaculate the way that they lay it out. But when you rewatch it, you're like, how did I not notice that the conversations don't actually line up that well? Like, he'll say some shit to his wife, and she'll answer, and you're like, how'd we get there? After you know the secret. When you don't know it, it's a testament to his writing. When to your point, when he gets it right.
It's gold.
And he really gets it right in this movie. Probably better in that respect than any other movie he's ever done, because it's phenomenal that you can get to the end of a 2-hour movie and go, what? And then go back and watch it and go, God damn it, I should not have missed that.
I'm going to take you one step further, okay?
Okay.
So this ties it all back in because we get the secret early on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when Haley Joel Osment tells us that the ghosts only see what they want to see.
Yep.
We do the same exact thing.
Yep.
So every single time he goes for the door, right, it's locked. Mm-hmm. We see him reach in his pocket. We never see him actually open the door.
Yep.
And if you go back and watch it, every single interaction when Haley Joel walks into his house and they're both sitting down in the chairs, Mom never looks at Bruce Willis.
Mm-hmm.
Never once.
Nope.
So we're doing the same exact thing that these ghosts are doing throughout the movie, which is only seeing what we want to see and not connecting all the dots that are there to connect. Or it's a phenomenal because it's taking something in movies that we do, which is we take a little bit of information and we build in or fill in the blanks of where it is. And this movie exploits that. Mm-hmm. It exploits all those little blanks that we're filling in. And that's why the twist comes so just absolutely in a hurry. And now all of a sudden we see the reason why his wife is constantly bundled up.
Yep.
It's cold. It's cold because of him, right? She's bundled up every single time he's trying to talk to her. She's always wrapped in an extra blanket or this or that.
Yep.
And it's the fact that we are seeing not even necessarily what we want to see. We're seeing what we're being presented with, and we're not asking any questions in between.
Yep.
And it's so brilliantly and so well done. But it's also, he gives you the answer. It's like a minute mark 25 or something. Like, it's very early in this movie where he tells you exactly what the reason is. And then it is all let out. And I really like the fact that he doesn't drag it out at the end.
Yeah.
It's like a minute and a half tops of the realization that happens. And so by the time you're like still trying to process it, movie's done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so well done that it's hard to keep heaping praise on this because he's done a lot of crap too. But this is amazing.
Yeah.
Start to finish.
Oh, for sure. And it God, it is so. And then you have this story inside the story, right? With him, Haley Joel Osment, because Bruce Willis is the main character. He just is.
Yeah.
But to your point, his acting is so good, and they give him and I love that he's not just a piece of Bruce Willis's story, right? He has his own story going on at the same time. And I think that that's another piece of brilliance that you get, is that you think that you're figuring out like the pieces that Bruce Willis's character has to help Haley Joel Osment's character out with by seeing these little scenes. But what he's doing is he's distracting you from Bruce Willis, because we have all these scenes that don't involve Bruce Willis's character, because you can only maintain that lie and that deception for so long. Mm-hmm. Because the more he's in it, the more opportunity you have to figure it out, because there's only so much that you can do without interactions with anyone else, right? Or the same interaction over and over again. That's only possible with his wife. And so it's like the genius of having this secondary story that's almost its own main character side by side with the other, to keep the two of them off screen, or keep Bruce Willis off screen by himself or with other people as little as possible, right? So it's so smart. It's just genius the way he puts it all together. But then Haley Joel Osment carries it. Like, I get so fucking excited. And the one that blows my mind and pisses me off about myself the worst is the funeral scene. Because one, it's immaculate. The fact that this kid is there and you're like, holy shit, get this motherfucker. This dirty ass woman that's been put, like, you're just so mad. Because I think that level of, and listen, I know Munchausen syndrome by proxy is a real thing, and it is an actual mental problem, and people should be treated for it. And I'm not villainizing people with that disorder, but I am villainizing this mother. You cannot, because that's designed to do that, right? And that level of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, to kill one daughter and working on the second, Jesus Christ. And to watch that play out is wild to me. And I'm like, yes, you're rooting for him. And yet it's one of the most emotional fucking, like, the dad, and he fucking like, the only part I'm getting like choked up just thinking about it, because like you see this kid doing something that's so good around something that's so horrifying. And then you have the mirror of it when he's sitting in the car with his mother and the accident happens, and he finally confesses to his mom and is able to prove it because he's not afraid of it, as afraid of it, right? And he's also realized he no longer is going to have Bruce Willis's character there to help him and go through this. So he needs that support system. So he's got to tell his mom. So all of these just winding threads that you have to unravel. And in reality, you could have ended it without that piece, right? Like, you could have ended the movie without him talking to his mother. But I feel like that just adds that extra level of beauty to this movie, because it ties that, well, what's he going to do now? Bruce Willis helped him be not afraid. He's 9. He can't do that long-term by himself when you think about that realistically. But now his mother knows and believes him, because he is able to talk about his grandmother. And like, fuck, all the pieces come together so well in this movie, and the writing is just absolutely genius and phenomenal. And then the acting it took to pull it off, and the filmography that it also took to pull it off. I don't know that we'll have another movie that is on the same par across the board as this movie. And I'm not saying it's the greatest movie ever made. That's just not. I'll never say any movie is the greatest movie ever made. In general, might be the greatest movie I've ever seen, right? Which I'm not saying about this either, but I'm saying it's up there. And I have a hard time with anybody. I've never heard anybody, but I have a hard time with anybody that might say that this movie sucks, because that doesn't fit in my brain, because of the level of complexity and depth that this movie has.
I would say that the only way I could see that is if they're watching it much later, with all the spoilers out there,
sure,
social media and everything like that. Because if you know the twist before you watch it in its entirety, you're picking apart this and that.
That's fair.
You're nitpicking. And so from that point, but if you're watching it, again, because it was made in 1999, none of this other stuff existed to spoil it. You had to go to the theaters or rent it in order to see it. And so you're having to watch it all the way through. And its strength is it's as a unit. Yeah. Because, you even talked about when he's confessing everything to his mom, telling her about his, what he sees and everything. It's the grandma's what sells it. But having her be open to it is shown at the beginning of the movie again, when she's looking at the pictures and she notices that there's always this little flare. And he's not, and again, they got pictures, and Haley Joel Osment's character never looking at the camera, always looking at the flare that's going on. And so that's put in there specifically as a hint to us, but it also helps serve at the end, where, you know, the reason why she's even receptive to listen in the first place is because she's noticed some weird things that are happening. And then the grandma bit is what seals the deal.
Yep. And can I say, listen, you know me, everybody, if you've listened to any of this podcast over the years, and Alec knows that I love horror films.
Mm-hmm.
I love scary shit. This is up there for me. Like, I was in the theater and I was genuinely creeped out because of how realistic it is with the ghosts. We're not talking about some fucking demonic mama, or, you know what I mean? These are people who had traumatic shit happen in their death and in their life and are trying to figure shit out on the other side, right? That's fucking believable as goddamn all get out to me. And so when we start seeing, like, the scene in the kitchen, God damn it, that still, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it, because that shit freaks me out, because that shit I believe 100%. Like, I watch a Freddy Krueger movie, whatever. I watch a Jason Voorhees movie, get the fuck out of here. Except for the first one, because I could see a crazy mom fucking murder a bunch of counselors that let their kid die. Second of all, I look at movies like even some of the, like, the more modern films like we've done, like the one where they shake the hand, like
talk to me.
Yeah, talk to me. Like, all that stuff. Like, those are creepy, but there's still a level of, like, that's a little far-fetched for me, right? This, to me, is one of the most believable, scary movies that are out there, because it's not overdone. It's not done with gore. It's the only gore you see is to show that this person's dead, right? And how they died. And so it's one of those things where I'm like, it's so believable. And then the fact that there's that the anger piece, it's colder when they're more pissed off, right? And so you're like, that manipulation of the elements by a spiritual or an energy entity, right? Like, it's so smart and so believable that I'm like, I can't argue that it's not some level of truth, which makes those ghosts terrifying, because every time I get cold out of the blue, I'm like, now fucking go away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
the fuck?
I was warm 30 seconds ago, bitch. What just happened? Why are you here and why are you pissed? I didn't do anything to you. Go away. So I always like, knowing your disdain for scary shit, this movie had to have fucked with you.
Yes.
You watched it.
First time I watched it, yes. Because, like, I'm a little bit to the opposite, where the demonic shit that, you know, can't be real is what scares me the most, because what if it is?
Sure.
Versus this, the part that gets me is always the unknown. So that's what really gets me. So when he gets up in the middle of the night, right, you can see he's terrified just to go pee. Yeah. And then the image that we get is the thermostat going down. I'm like, oh fuck. And then we get the walking by, right?
Yeah.
And that boom, jump scare. I'm out of my seat jumping. And then, you know, the fact that it's almost one on top of the other, right? Because we see Scary Lady, and then we get you know, kid who's looking for his dad's gun and all these other things. And then we get the girl from the funeral. Yeah. And so now you realize this dude is getting ambushed pretty much by these spirits. They're seeking him out. They're finding him. He has no rest, no sanctuary. And that's what gets me, because I'm one of those people where, you know, haunted house, cool, not going in. Problem solved. Thank you. Goodbye. Right? I gotta grab the hand and say line in order to meet the demon. Cool, not doing it. Yeah. I'm fine. I win. I won the game. I figured it out. The fact that they can come find him, that's what's terrifying to me. Yeah. Because you aren't safe. You don't have to go instigate. This kid was born this way, and we clearly see that it's been happening his entire life. He has not had like a minute of peace, because there's these spirits that don't know that they're dead, but all they really know is that he can interact with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're doing. And, he's terrified. He doesn't know how to get rid of them. So it's just stacking up every single day. There's a new one or more that he's having to deal with. And he's still able to go, like, that's terrifying to me because I can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Right? I can't just go to an island somewhere and say, nope, I'm going to stay here from now on. They'll find a way to come to the island. Then I got to go back and fix all their shit.
Ugh.
And so that's what's terrifying to me, more so than even the realistic aspect of it, is the fact that, because I'm a big scaredy cat, but I'm also a big believer in just stay over there and we're good. And having that added into where it doesn't work like that for Haley Joel Osment, like, sorry, you're just no. That's what's terrifying to me, because now you've crossed that line into where I'm not asking for it anymore, right? Or I'm not trying to seek this out, or I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying to live my life, and motherfucker, get the fuck away. Like, I don't need your spooky shit waking me up in the middle of the night.
Oh, man. It's so good, dude. I can't even praise it enough. I really can't.
Yeah, because it hits you from all different levels.
Yeah.
Right? Because we have both different things. We're both creeped out in different ways, watching the same exact movie, the same exact stuff, and that's not even all the angles you could hit it from.
No, yeah.
And so it's just well thought out, but it's a little bit sad too, right? And I'll say it's sad for M. Night Shyamalan, because he's got his best movies are those with the twist, and his twists are so good that they stick with you.
Yeah,
and it ruins pretty much all the rewatchability.
Yep.
Because
that, or if he doesn't get the twist quite right,
then it sucks.
Then it takes the movie.
It's just like almost a coin flip for the poor guy.
Yeah.
To make it land, but when it lands, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's almost like when you succeed, you also fail, because now everybody's seen it once. You don't really need to see it again. Or if you watch it again going through it, you're kind of like, oh, I know what happens, this or this. And now you're starting to really nitpick into stuff.
Yeah.
And if you start nitpicking into his films, like, he really relies on that twist. And so you can start poking holes. Well, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And so it almost sucks, because if he messes up, he just gets reamed for it, right?
Oh yeah.
Everybody alive has drug his name through the mud for some movie that he did. If he gets it right, he's praised for about 30 seconds, because then you can't watch it again because you know what's happening.
Yep. Oh, I've poo-pooed the shit out of M. Night Shyamalan so many times. And here's the sad part. It's because, and I feel bad sometimes when I think about it, it's because this was his first major film. He did 2 films before this one that were like little indie films that were religious based, right? They were very not well received. They didn't do anything outside of his little circle. But then he did this, and he just stormed onto the scene. And then immediately followed it up, because he was already working on it, the next year with Unbreakable, which again was just as fucking good, in my opinion, in very different ways. But that was another twist where I was like, get the fuck out. I didn't see that coming either, right? So, and then he fucked up. He made The Village, and and it was like, I saw that in theater, and I walked out 20 minutes in, because I already know what the fuck happened. I know everything. I figured that shit out in 10 minutes, and I went, okay, I get this movie sucks. And so everything that made it interesting was gone for me. And so it was like, he gets a bad rap because his movies rely so much on a certain thing, and he can either get it perfect like he does in a few films, or he doesn't get it right and it tanks the whole film. Or he makes movies that don't need a twist and don't have a twist at all, like Lady in the Water. And,
and he tries to add one.
That too. Yeah. Or he does something with, well, like Lady in the Water doesn't have a twist. Technically, the alien ones doesn't have a twist really, other than the fact that it's water. You know what I mean? And then that really fucking weird one. What's the one he did with the? Oh God, it's terrible. I should pull it up. It's with Wahlberg in it, where the fucking air is.
Oh,
what is the name of that movie?
I don't remember.
Gosh dang it. That's him. The Happening. The Happening. Where it's like, yeah, everybody's knocking themselves off. And it turns out it's like The Air or something. It's fucking stupid. It was terrible. Terrible movie. But that's the weird thing with Shyamalan. It's either fucking amazing or it's horrid. There's no in between with him, I don't think, personally. So
there's never any just like,
yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. And another weird thing with him too is like sometimes these movies are going really well. And then it goes off the rails and you're like, what? How? What were you thinking? You know? And so, yeah. But like he's done some, we ought to say, I was going to talk about a couple more of his, but we ought to save him and just do an M. Night Shyamalan month. We'll have to add that to the topic so everybody can vote on that. But because he's got some interesting ones that are interesting to talk about, whether they're good or bad. Just nobody vote for The Village because that movie sucks.
You know it's going to be on my list.
Fuck, it's so bad. So bad. But yeah. Should we rate it?
Let's do it.
All right, boss. Your movie, you're first.
My movie, I'm first. So I'm going to give it a 5. It goes against pretty much every single bone in my body to give a movie that's this close to what I hate a 5. But I mean, it's an issue if this has been making the rounds, especially like on social media, as people are giving away the twist. This movie came out 26 years ago. The fact that it is still being talked about as one of, if not the greatest twist in cinema history, you got to give it a 5. Yeah. It does such a good job setting it up. Everything falls into place. Everything has an organizational reason. You get to the end and you go, no way. Just so well done. So it's a 5 for me. I will say, I know I will watch it again, but I do not seek this movie out to go watch it for funsies. It's not that type of movie.
Yeah. That's fair. I'm going to give it a 5 as well. Listen, this movie, when I think of movies that I've given 5s before, like this one is arguably, I say they're 5s because I love them and I think they're perfect for me. This is a movie that, in my opinion, it's a 5. It's a damn near perfect, if not perfect movie. And everyone should feel that way. Like you may not love it from like a storytelling perspective because you don't like scary shit, or you don't like Bruce Willis, or you think Haley Joel Osment's a piece of shit because he's not a great actor.
You're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a phenomenal actor as an adult. Let's be honest.
He was great as a kid,
but as a kid actor, in my opinion, he triggered because we have some. And we talk about it on this podcast 100 times. There's some phenomenal kid actors out there. He, I think, laid some of the groundwork for the future of child acting to show that there can be some outrageous performances. And I don't think he got enough credit. I think he should have won some awards for this shit because he was outrageous in this movie. But I think it's a perfect movie. I think the storytelling is great. I think the twist is phenomenal. The acting's insane. The dialogue is just amazing. There's very little in this movie that I nitpick until I had seen it once, right? Watching it the first time, I was absolutely flabbergasted because I was so confused by what was going on and why were we going through this? Like, where are we going with this? And then to find out that this isn't just some doctor helping a child. This is like a doctor helping a child who needs this child's help. And it's the first time that the child hasn't been so afraid of this person that he sees that's dead, and the fact that he let this dude do like and didn't tell him. Like there's so many nuances to this movie. These are the things that I talk about because even on my second, third, fifth, millionth watch, I see things in this film that I didn't catch the first time. I didn't catch the 50th time. I didn't catch the 100th time that add value to this movie and the story that it tells. And so there are very few movies, and I watch a lot of fucking movies, and I watch a lot of movies over again. And so there's very few that have that ability to still have me catch something 100 times later and then still have the same level of respect, even though I know what's happening. Like, it's wild. So yeah, definitely a 5 for me. I will watch this movie anytime. And I love watching it with people that have never seen it before and know nothing about it, which is hard to find anymore. back in 99, it was so easy because social media didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So unless your friend was an asshole and fucking spoiled it for you, in which case you should have punched them in the face. And if you didn't back then, go punch them now. Because again, I say it just like I said at the beginning, what breaks my heart about this movie is that I can never get that feeling of awe again that I had in the theater as an 18-year-old kid, that I went, what? I walked out and I looked at my buddy and I went, the fuck did we just watch? And we were like talking about it for weeks, telling everybody, go see this movie. You have to go see this movie. I don't give a shit. Like, we would have dragged your ass because we would have been like, I know you don't want to because it's scary. You have to see this movie.
Well, the thing, I don't think the trailer would have led to the scary.
True.
Because, again, right, I'm going way back where you'd have the trailer like before a movie, right? Coming soon, the DVD, right? Type of thing. And the worst that you get is like the most iconic line in the movie, right? Which is still talked about. I see dead people.
Yeah.
And they don't know they're dead.
Yeah.
Type of a thing. But you never get clued into the little bit of scary, right? Because it's not something like you're dragging me to see The Exorcist.
Sure.
Right. In which case, you're going to be dragging me in there with a couple bloody appendages, nose gone.
There's some damage.
Yeah, you're missing a couple teeth. Type of thing. But this would be one where, especially if you'd seen it, like, hey, heads up. Right? This is coming. Because I can tell when it's coming, right? And then the fact that it's, oh, hey, it's here and gone. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Type of a thing. Then it's the aftermath of it is fine. But in 1999, I was 6, so
sure.
Good luck getting me to it'd be past my bedtime.
Yeah. Fuck, I forget you're so goddamn young. I had just graduated high school when this movie, it was the summer I graduated high school. Summer after.
Any showing, it would have been past my bedtime.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's wild, dude. Every time you fuckers, you and Mattson both, you guys would talk about and he's only 10 years. Like, you're more than that. You're like 13, I think.
Yeah,
so I'm almost I'm like, Jesus, how do you guys fuck it? This is wild. But yeah, I remember fucking going and seeing it and just about peeing myself at how good it was. So there it is. The Sixth Sense. I always love how people fuck up the name of it because they talk to the Sixth Sense. No, God damn it. Sixth. There's a in there. Stupid English language. All right, Alec, tell me where they can find us when we're not talking about helping ghosts.
Woo! Happy to. Week 2 of Thriller something or other is done for month of March. And Sixth Sense. 5s across the board. So, I mean, I don't think anybody was ever in doubt of our score who's been around the podcast long enough to know about us. So there's that. But best place to find us is on YouTube, where you see our smiling faces as we're giggling about M. Night Shyamalan's name. Aside from that, Patreon at What's Our Verdict Reviews is the best place to get involved into the content, especially the voting portion, which is absolutely free. Votes mean something now. There are consequences if you lose a month, and consequences if you lose 3 months in a row, which is on its way for JJ.
God damn it. It's close.
When you lose a month, your Just the Tip list gets put up, which is a list of movies that you don't want to watch. If you lose 3 months in a row, your More Than Just a Tip list gets put up, and that is a list of movies that you definitely do not want to watch ever. We picked lists for each other, and we were mean, to say the least. So that is available on Patreon as well. But if you want to get involved in voting, absolutely free. If you want to get a little bit more involved in the podcast content, suggest topics or things of that nature, and get access to nearly 700 extra bonus clips of content, which range anywhere from outtakes and bloopers all the way up to full-length episodes of movies nobody should watch that we did for you. That's the best place to do. You can get involved and get access to tons of extra content. We also, as JJ mentioned before, are partnering with Dubby, D-U-B-B-Y energy drinks. So if you're interested in getting some cost-effective, but also, I'm going to say a little bit less sugary of a drink that's going to wire you, a little energy drink with a little bit of better stuff in it for you, Dubby's place to do it. You can get 10% off with the code OurVerdict. With that, I'll kick it back to the Titan of Terror, the Maharaja of MASH, a JJ.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Sorry if you saw me or heard me clicking, clacking over there. I'm still kind of working.
It's Friday.
So, exactly. I was like, fuck, I got to work a little bit, but at my day job. So, but yeah, appreciate it. We always appreciate you tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Cinemagic out.